Welcome back to Golf 101. The question we're answering is kind of a big one, but it's broken down to steps, not that big of a deal. The question is, how do I get started with golf? I think there's some critical things that if you understand more, you're gonna have an easier time getting into this game. The first step in breaking down this whole concept of getting into golf is understanding the goal of the game. And it's pretty simple, really. The goal of golf is to get the ball in the hole in the fewest amount of strokes possible. Once you understand the goal of the game, the next step is understanding the equipment that you need in order to play the game. And there are really four areas that we can talk about if we want to break this down into its simplest form. Number one, the tee box or teeing off. And from there, you can literally use any club you want, but most people will go with a long club like a hybrid, a fairway wood, or driver off the tee. The second area is an approach shot to the green, and this is where we'll be using typically an iron or a wedge. The third area is, and it kind of encompasses everything around the green, is our short game. And that's where we're probably going to be doing some chipping with a pitching wedge or a short iron, or some pitching with a sand wedge, or hitting bunker shots with a sand wedge. And finally, putting, and that's where we use our putter. So if you break it down to those four areas and you understand the equipment, driving, hitting approach shots with your irons, chipping and pitching with your wedges and your sand wedge, and putting with your putter, that gives you a really good idea of the four areas and the equipment that you need to play the game. Next, you have to have a golf outfit. Just kidding, you don't have to have a golf outfit. You probably will at some point in your golfing life. You will probably get into buying all the right gear, the gloves, the hats, the polos, the golf shoes, but realistically, you don't really have to have gear, as in apparel, that's made specifically for golf. Depending on the golf course, there are different rules, but if you ask whoever you're playing with, or as a last resort, if you check the website of the course, you'll find the dress code. Most public facilities, you can get away with a golf polo or even just a t-shirt, and if you're playing a private course, you're probably going to want slacks or golf shirts and a golf polo. This next bit is about accessories, and again, it's kind of up to you as the golfer, and the longer you play, the more accessories you will probably acquire. There is a pretty long list of available stuff out there for golfers. I think the most critical things you need though to play, and this is kind of up to the player, but a golf glove can be really, really helpful, especially if you're new to the game and you haven't developed any calluses on your hands. If you're practicing a lot, you can definitely wear out the skin on your hands pretty easily. So a golf club can come in handy. Another accessory that you definitely need when you're playing is golf tees. You're going to be using a golf tee every time you tee up with a bigger club like a driver, so it's always good to have a few tees in your bag. A ball marker is a good thing to carry around with you, and if you don't have a ball marker, that's okay. You can just use a coin. We just use a coin to mark our ball when we're on the green so that we don't have our ball blocking someone else's ball if they're trying to putt toward the hole. So you can just place the ball marker down, pick up your ball, and that way you're not obstructing the path of another golfer's putt. If that doesn't satisfy you, just do a quick search. You'll find tons of golf accessories out there. Pick the ones that you think will make getting into the game easier for you. The next step is to get to the range with a friend. I strongly encourage you to find someone in your friend group who's been to the driving range before to help ease you into the process of getting into golf. They can be super helpful, not only in just telling you where the nearest driving range is, but walking you through the process of getting a basket of range balls or a token, learning how to use the ball machine, which can be kind of intimidating if you've never used one before, and just getting you from the parking lot onto the driving range comfortably so you can start practicing. That's pretty much it. There's some basic necessities that you need, and there's some stuff that's overkill. But ask your friends and talk to the people you're planning on playing with to get more understanding about the things you'll need when you play the courses that you're planning on playing with your friends at. At the end of the day, just get out there and go golfing.